Okay, is that okay with everybody if we start to record from now?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
We will put it on the project website. I mean, let me know after if you're not comfortable with that, and we'll sort something out for sure. But really, it's a resource for you to go back to when you forget everything that we tell you today. You can go back to the recording and just have another listen or another watch. But do tell me if there's any issues around that. So I think, Bernard, if you could go ahead and record. And then, yeah, if you want, you've said who you are. Thank you, Bernard. And then shall we have Nick and Michael, and then.
Okay, my name's Nick. I work at Reading Refugee Support Group. I don't know exactly where Tony's from, but I suspect he's actually from the Midlands, because I am from the north of England.
Politically, I'm from the north. Geographically, yeah, I'm in the middle.
You guys are diplomats, yeah?
Thanks, Nick. Michael? It was going so well. We can't hear you, Michael.
The refugee support group volunteers. I do at the moment one-to-one with one of their clients.
Yeah, I'm afraid. I mean, I couldn't. I don't know if the others could do. Michael's an English language teacher.
I can't
SG.
explain why that
We're going to try and convince him to get involved.
My microphone is on and indicating that it is recording.
It says your bandwidth is low. Maybe you can close some of the apps on your device, Michael. Save some bandwidth.
Okay, so I'm going to jump in. So we are sort of in various ways managing, coordinating the project. What we have Khalid Al Hassan with us, who is from he's also on the project, but is in one of, not with our SG, but with CARA, which is the Council for At-Risk Academics. And CARA is going to be coming on board.
As far as I know, I don't have any other.
In June. So Khalid, do you want to say a little bit just about, introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Khalid Al Hassan. I am from Syria, from northwest Syria, from Idlib. Now I live in Turkey, in Gaziantep. I am agronomist. I am member in CARA program for Syrian, academic Syrian. I work as a project manager for IACO organization. It is a Syrian organization.
That's great. That's plenty. Thanks, Khalid. Khalid's had the fortunate position, I don't know, unfortunate position of being our guinea pig in a way, because I've been working with Khalid the last few weeks, looking at some of his social media postings,
yes,
and seeing how language fits into that information sharing during the pandemic. So we're going to hear from Khalid later. We're going to use his postings here as example uploads. So
yes.
I'm going to ask him some questions. We're going to upload his texts to the website so that you can see exactly what it is that you are being asked to do when you go to the website and you collect data. So we thought, rather than talk in the abstract, we'd give you a concrete model or example to follow, and Khalid's that man. So we'll say
I
a little
don't
bit more
hear you.
later. Can you all hear me?
I miss a lot of speaker.
I was just telling them, Khalid, that you're going to help us to show some examples of how it works.
Yes.
Okay, so that's, and then I think that the other three people with us are the kind of linchpin to all of this working. You three are going to start collecting some data from the 1st of June, hopefully, when the website's up and running. So could we just hear from the three clients at our ISG?
Hi there. My name is Kamal Kazoroti, and I'm from Algeria. I've been living in Reading for 15 years now.
Thanks, Kamal.
I was as a professional boxer, but I'm cooking now. I'm a head chef in the kitchen, and I haven't been working for the last 3 years.
Oh, great.
Fantastic. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, my name is Ahmed Yousefan. I'm from Syria. I live in Reading.
Thanks, Ahmed. Abdullah?
Yeah, hello. Abdullah Adam. I'm from Sudan, and I've been living here in Reading for about a year, 1 year. And also, we're from a agricultural background. I working in pest management, particularly wheat management. Yeah.
That's great. Okay, so you can see already we've got people from very different backgrounds, different countries, different parts of the world represented. The idea is that we try to understand each individual's network and how they share information at the current time. We're particularly interested in how they share information about COVID-19, but we're just as interested in how people are sharing other kinds of Facebook posting, social media, pictures, informal networking, as well as formal networking. And we're going to show you what we mean by giving you some examples. So I'm going to go first, and we're going to look at the website, and Bernard's going to ask me some questions, and we'll answer those questions as you would do when you upload your data and you respond to the questions on the website. Okay, so over to Bernard for the website.
Right, Tony. Hi, everyone, again. I'll just share my screen. Just give me a minute. You need to give me access to share my screen, Tony.
It's not in the menu. Yeah, mute audio, stop video, chat, rename, pin, stop. There's nothing about sharing screen.
Yeah, there is a share screen option. Just after the recording icon.
That's for me to share, but as the host, he needs to do. When I click, I don't know if you see the message. It says host disabled participant screen sharing.
Oh, that wasn't very nice of the host. Let me, if I go into, if I just go into the original settings then for this.
It should be somewhere in the, or maybe where you gave me access to record. Isn't it one of
that, well, record is in the list.
Okay.
Grant, but it doesn't mention share screen.
Because it keeps coming out. I don't know if you see the message.
Here we go. Multiple participants can share screen. Okay, so I've activated that now. Does that make a difference?
Yes. Yeah, I don't know if you can see my screen now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go to
That's working.
I don't know if you can all see my screen, the website now.
Yes, we can see it.
Great, yeah. So this is the home page to the website, and there are mainly two parts of it. There's the public side, and there's the private side, where or the members pages where you guys would be doing the entry. So the pages that are allow you to do the entries are not accessible to the public. So you will have a password. We will send you a password with which you'll be able to access those pages. So I'll just come in here. Just give me a sec. So the project is in the second menu item. Please ask questions if you have any. And right. So we have a dashboard that allows you to that gives an overview of all what we have as far as the project and what you would be requiring for what you need to do is concerned. Now, the first thing you need to do when you come is to register. With the site. On the site to be able to have access to be able to do the entries that you require. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to retrieve a password. That's what I'm. So the register button is right here. Once you click on the register button, it takes you to the register page, which asks for some details from you. It's locked me out because, as I said, the pages are quite limited, and I'm using a new laptop, so I just quickly retrieving my password. Just give me 2 minutes. Okay, here I am. It's funny, the administrator is locked out himself. Here it is. Okay, I got it. Okay, Bernard. You need to enter your email address, and the password will provide you. Mine is 175. Okay. So once you have the password, then it gives you access to the private pages. Right. So this is the registration. This is where you will do the registration. We will also provide you with ID, researcher ID, so that when you submit the entries, we'll be able to tell who's submitting what. Your partner agency, in this case, it to be RRSG, your first name, your last name, your email, and then you, just to make sure that we get your email right, we would you need to repeat your email, and then there's a little consent box here, and just stating that you agree to and you are familiar with the purposes of the project, and you do give your consent. So once you do and you click on agree and you type in the check word, you send that to us. That's the registration process. Once you're done with that, you have access to the other parts of the website, the members pages. Come back to the dashboard. Now, the first link here provides you just an overview of the project. Now, if you want some more information about the project, the aims and objectives, there's a downloadable Word PDF document here that you can just download, and maybe for offline, while you're offline, just to have a further insight into the project. Here we have a guide, a brief guide that provides you, again, a guide about what is expected from you as community researchers, particularly dealing with the entries you make with the logbooks, which I'll be just running through with Tony in a couple of minutes. The third one is what we're going to do right now. That allows you to record and submit your logbook entries. So far, are we all on board? Everybody okay?
Yes.
Yeah, and the important bit is the website has Google Translate embedded, so you.
Yes, right. Yes, sorry. Right up here, if you're maybe you'd like to have it in another language, say in Arabic, you can use the Google Translate. You just choose Arabic, and then instantly it would translate all the pages into Arabic for you. That's the text part of the pages. So If you would prefer to view it in another language, you can also have that. Okay, so I'll move on to the simulation that I'm going to do with Tony. This option allows you to record and submit your entries. The first page when you click on that option is the guide. The guide I mentioned earlier that is downloadable and allows you, it gives you some guidelines as to what the kind of information you're supposed to collect and how you're supposed to do the entries. I won't go through that, but it gives you a recap of what is expected of you. And then you have at the bottom of the page a next button, which takes you onto the form where you're supposed to do the actual entries. So I'm going to go through this with Tony right now. I'm the researcher. For once, Tony, the tables are turned. I'm the researcher. You are
very happy about that.
you are being interviewed. So please, can you provide me the researcher ID? Your researcher ID.
007.
Oh, 007. Your full name. The email. And just to make sure that you don't mistype, we have provision for you to enter it twice. Okay. The date of the entry being recorded.
Well, shall we just show them the entry? Shall we show the text?
Sorry, you can't see it as I type?
Sorry, I meant the example, the upload, what it is that we're going to be talking about.
Okay, all right. Okay, the lower part of it. So this will just be the date.
No, that's fine, Bernard. I just meant let's because I'm going to be answering questions about that one Facebook posting. So shall we just show them the Facebook posting?
Oh, okay, all right, okay. I have it down here. You mean the Spanish one?
How did you get 007, Tony?
I'm not really 007. You can be 00. If you able to get involved, Nick, then we'll have you as 007.
Is it this one, Tony?
Natural Bond. Or blonde.
Is this the entry you're talking about, the Spanish one?
Yes, please.
Changed, Bernard.
Yeah, can you see it?
No, it hasn't changed.
No, still hasn't changed for me, son.
So you still have the website?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to stop. Okay, new share. Where is it? It's this one. Okay. I thought it shares whatever you have, but it looks like you have to share. Is that better now?
Yeah. Now I think his Facebook page came like picture on it.
Yeah.
Right. This is the one you want to talk about, Tony. Yeah.
I can talk. I can talk about this one. So this is quite a good one to start with. This isn't directly related to COVID-19, and this is quite a nice example of something that was on my Facebook this morning. So you'll be checking your regular social media networks or your whatever channels it is that you use. And so as part of your 1 hour a day commitment, you need to just choose one text. So I've chosen this one text, which is a posting from a network I'm part of. I go on holiday to Spain every year, and I go to this town called Oliva. And so I'm part of a network of expats and of Spanish people who live in that part of the world. And this morning, somebody's posted a picture of an empty cafe, and is trying to encourage people to return to this restaurant, this cafe, because as this part of Spain emerges from the lockdown. So it's kind of connected to what's happening in the world at the moment, but it's a bit different to the kinds of examples that we'll look at from Khalid later. Okay, so that gives you a sense of, I've screenshotted it. It's taken me a few seconds. and then I answer the questions when I upload it. So Bernard, can we go back to the website?
Sure. What's a new share? Okay. Are we all back?
Yes, we are.
Great.
Yes.
All right. So we're back to the date that the entry is being recorded. We have a little icon here which gives you the calendar. So it's today. Your Facebook post is from today, Tony, I believe.
Yeah.
So we enter today's date. The time it's being entered, we have 1100, and you need to use the 24-hour format. So, 11 o'clock. And then there's a little consent box that you need to tick off, and then we can go ahead and start. This is, when did this online communication start?
7 a.m.
We need the date first. It's just so that maybe it was an earlier day. And it's okay, so 07 a.m. 7 a.m. What time did it end?
7:30.
7. Okay, it's missing one digit. We'll sort that out. How many times have you used the chat programs on this particular day?
3 to 4.
3 to 4 times. Number 4, where do you chat online? At home or in the computer lab?
At home in my living room.
Okay, number 5, why do you chat? The purposes for this particular entry, why you were chatting?
To stay part of my network of friends who visit Spain.
Friends who visit Spain. Okay, number 6, with whom was the chat conducted?
So you can write Oliva, a Spanish network.
Yeah. Spanish.
But then also and network of colleagues.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, number 7, do you use more than one chat program at the same time? That's while you are doing this chat entry?
Yes.
Okay. What else were you doing when you were chatting? Do you have on-screen activities? Were you using Word, PowerPoint, or doing your homework, or you had some off-screen activities? For example, were you scribbling notes, talking on the phone, listening to the radio?
On-screen activities.
On-screen activities. What else were you doing while you were looking at the screen? Do you read aloud?
So I sent my work colleagues a WhatsApp message that Spain
Okay. That's Spain. Yeah.
is coming out of lockdown.
Lockdown. Great. All right. And then number 10, is there anything else you want to record in this entry?
Yeah, so I shared this post.
Yes.
With all my networks.
Yeah.
To inform them.
Yeah.
That things are opening up in Oliva.
Up in Is it like that?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
All right. Now, for this part, if the lower part of the form allows you to share, allows you to attach any or to indicate anything you want to share. For this particular number 11, you can, if you have any text, if you have the text from the Facebook page or from any social media page, you can just copy. I don't have one readily available. What we have is the image, but let me see if I can grab something off screen that I can quickly just copy and paste. It's a new computer, don't have much. Okay, so let me just, let's assume this is what I have on my social media page. I'll just highlight it that way, click on the other side, I'll copy it, and then I'll bring it here, and then I just come and paste it here. So this would be a social media chat or anything, a chat history or what you'd like to share in text form.
Yeah.
And then down here, you have the option of attaching your screenshots. So here I would go and choose what Tony just sent, the Facebook page. It's in here. It's Empty Cafe in Spain. Here, you attach it, and you can attach up to 3 screenshots and 3 other documents. So once that's done, you type in your check word, ASJMR, and you click to submit the entry. Now, if there are any parts of it that have not been done, let's say here, I think here is because of the decimal points. It's missing 1 decimal point. So let's just say 8 o'clock for the purposes of this. And then you click to submit your entry. It should be off by now. Let's see. Everything is done. It's taking a bit, I think, to get it processed. Let's go on, but that's the process. I mean, you just need to click it off. I don't think it's taking a bit of a time to. But once you click on submit, it comes to us in the form of an email. I'll just check that out later and have a look at it. Right. Okay, Tony.
Okay, great. So that's a very quick and quite short example. So we're now going to show you a more detailed example.
Yeah, it's gone now. Sorry, it's gone now. It brings you back to the main page. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Thanks, Bernard. I wonder if do you want to keep that page open and fill in the text, and I will just ask Khalid the questions.
All right. Okay. All right.
It might be quicker than trying to swap everything round.
Sure. All right.
So what we're going to do now, what we'll do now is I've been looking at some of Khalid's postings, which are more closely related to COVID-19. So we want to give you a nice detailed example of how Khalid is part of a network of different networks of people in different parts of the world, and how he's sharing information using different languages and using different tools on Facebook and translation. So this is a more fuller example, and I hope you would use this as your model. The amount of detail we're going to show you now is closer to what we hope you're able to come up with. The one that we just did was a quick example to show you not everything is directly related to COVID. Okay, so Bernard, do you want to just show one of Khalid's pictures from the Idlib Director of Health that I've sent you?
Right. Just a little note, we have 6 minutes, so if we are thrown off, we can just use the same link to get back in.
Okay. Or shall we swap round? Whatever's easier, Bernard. I can swap down round, and I can put in the information.
Whichever is easier for you.
Will I be able to log in as you did?
Yes, certainly. It's up and running, it's live, so you should be able to log in. Yeah. Just share your screen and then log in, and you should be able to have once you've already logged in before, you'll just grant you access right away.
Okay. So what I'll do then is I'll disable your screen sharing and I'll try and show my screen.
I'll stop my screen sharing.
Bernard, can you send me my password so that I've got it in my email?
Sure. Okay, just a sec. You have your phone? Because I'm now loading my, okay.
Yeah, you can send it to my WhatsApp.
Yeah, I think that's easier, that's faster.
Okay, so the first one is a posting in Arabic. That's quite small. I'll just make it a bit bigger. I've got it, great, yes. So if I share. Okay, so can everybody see the Facebook posting?
Yes, now
yes,
it comes.
That's great. Okay, so there's quite a lot of stuff there that isn't relevant really, but what we are looking at is just that very small part of it where in Arabic you've got some advice in the Arabic language and underneath some photographs. Now, it's great that we can see the original text, and this is the text that Khalid would upload at the end of the questions. But of course, what we're really interested in is what Khalid did with that text to kind of send it around his networks and what it tells us about those relationships. So what I'll do now is I will go into, we might get kicked out of Zoom any minute now. I wonder if we wait until, shall we, we've only got 3 minutes till we get kicked out of Zoom.
Yeah.
Shall we all log out now and log back in 5 minutes, and then we'll have another 40-minute block?
Sure.
Okay, so if you could log out of Zoom now and then click on the same link, and we'll come back in 5 minutes.
All right,
let's do that.
Right.
Yeah, we'll see you in 5 minutes.
All right then. Okay, see you in 5 minutes.